a relic of yesteryear when a rivalry is built on tainted water. But as these fans know, the Little Brown Jug history is a long one, and when it's on the line, everyone is thirsty for a sip of victory. Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. It's the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Wolverines headed for the ball, and we're ready for action. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Minnesota's offense will have the opening possession of the game. The Gophers put up quite a fight for the Jug last year, but it was the Wolverines pulling out a close one.
And that's not a surprise. Michigan dominates this series, and they own the Little Brown Jug. You might as well put Wolverines on it as much as they've won it. They need to make sure they set the tone early. Don't give Minnesota life. Show their dominance early in this football game.
You know, you had to wonder last year if a lot of those players at Michigan maybe weren't thinking about, you know, the rivalries with Penn State and Michigan State and obviously Ohio State at the end of the year. Minnesota is not a program you can overlook, though, because they are tough and they are scrappy, and they're coming for that Little Brown Jug.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Here's a give to Washington. On the stop.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
And the Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. On the return. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. The Wolverines offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And we're looking forward to getting a look at this guy, Savion Hyder. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. From the gun, running back on the move. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then. A little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. right back to the well. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got...
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on 4th. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll give it to Washington. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. In the lore of the little brown jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told him, well, come win it if you want it so bad.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important. I mean, it was helping hydrate people back in the day, David, so, you know, you get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little brown jug man.
Sets his feet. It's Lindsey. Rushes on. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. 2nd and long here. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Right side, it's Peace. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Burrowing for yardage. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And that's a nice run by the running back. And I'll tell you what, man. These rivalry games, a lot of times, they're decided by who can run the football, who can exert their will, be more physical, because there's so much emotion that goes into it. And going back to last year, like this game was so close, so tight. So what's going to be the difference? A lot of times, man, it's the physicality and the running game.
Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. Third and 6 yards to go. Throwing, Underwood. Out wide right, it's Peace. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. The Wolverines are flying down the field. Hand it to the back. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Still looking for our first score of the game as we start the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Here's Underwood to throw. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. They'll run him again. Shakes off the defender. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Play fake, Underwood. They're all over him. And down he goes.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Rush right in his face. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Caesar crease. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
Right back to it. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. Typically, when you see a draw play, you don't think of it being forced outside.
No, you want those defensive ends to run upfield and run downhill inside. The object is to get those guys pass rushing and running out of their gaps so you can run the ball right where they were at. That play had absolutely no chance of success.
On target over the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Here's a give to Washington. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
To the air. It's Lindsey. Oh, pressure's coming. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Things haven't gone exactly the way they drew it up. Turnover, punt, and now they have it back. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Underwood. Snags it over the middle. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They bring the punter onto the field now. Second time today they've been forced to punt. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The Golden Gophers will start this drive. The offense looks ready to roll. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. He wants to go deep. Makes the catch on the left. Running free. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Driving forward, it's Washington. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
On play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Gophers will take their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Here comes the Heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Sees an alley. He's past the sticks. They make the stop, but he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Left side is Marsh. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now with just a few seconds left, not enough time to run another play, but there is time to kick a field goal and take the lead. And the try is no good. So it'll stay 3-0 after the missed field goal. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's lead things off with a look in on Colorado State taking on the number 24 team, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. And it's the Rams, able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And that's now 4 W's on the season. This one could be a confidence builder, not only in the context of this season, but also what that group of underclassmen can do down the road. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game inside the big house. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Minnesota and Michigan plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Nowhere to go.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. The hand to the running back. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in them. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
It's as if the end zone has a no trespassing sign on it, but here a chance to score the first touchdown of the game. They'll run it. It's Washington. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he puts through the extra point. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum.
Looking for a huge play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Oh, he wants it all. It's caught downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Gophers will take their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. After an unproductive first half and opening drive in the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. He now has 91 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Now the connection takes it to the 11. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Timeout taken by Minnesota. That's their 2nd. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Right side, it's Peace.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. And he gets rid of it.
And that's another incompletion for this offense. And, man, it's kind of been a grind. It's kind of been ugly. They're just not in a rhythm. This whole night, man, just the crowd here just kind of, everybody can feel it. This offense hasn't figured their way out, and they got to get something going.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so far.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Trying to take it back. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The offense goes back to work, and the defense is keeping them in it right now. They just really haven't gotten much done when they've had the football. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Peace. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Got enough for the first down. There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll start on the ground with Washington. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Under pressure. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. That costly penalty will give this offense a new set of downs. First down and 10. Sells the run, looking to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Washington. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Look out! They've got him. Great pressure on this defense.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
The Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. It's all over but the shouting in this one. Top 12 teams in the country. This is the scoreboard, how things are going for those vying for a playoff spot. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Making his first move. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Guys, here on the Michigan sideline, I can see a big-time decision looming right now with the coaching staff. They need this field goal. They need to rely on their kicker right now, but he's already missed in this game, so I can see
nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throwing, Underwood. Got it in the middle, it's Peace. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
They stop him well short of the marker. It's fourth down from the 27. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Fellas, we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. fired complete. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. The fake that wants to throw. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Turning it on. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Got rid of it just in time.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. So here comes the Michigan offense. Working the ground game. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Got the first down. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle, but they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Keep it on the ground. Taken down. Timeout called by the Golden Gophers, and that's their last one. The Brain Trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He is stopped well short of the 1st down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
And it's gone! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
this guy so much credit, man. It is so hard in practice to simulate the pressure that he just faced. Late in the game, seconds left on the clock, you have an opportunity to kick a field goal to put your team up late in the game, and he absolutely drilled it. What a moment for that young man.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Lindsey. Rush is on. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They'll go back to the air on second down. They're all over him. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Snags it on the right. Lots of room to run. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. This trophy has been around forever, the oldest in the FBS, and for much of that time it has been controlled by Michigan. And once again, it is the Wolverines taking the little brown jug away from Minnesota. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.